Today's tape is Jell-O a la David. And here's your host, David. Hi, today we're making Jell-O, one of my favorites. The whole key to making a good bowl of Jell-O is you must remember to preheat the bowl. I like to run a little bit of hot water into the sink. See, what happens is if you've got the cold bowl, the Jell-O will then harden onto the side. This hot water going in here causes the bowl to heat up so you don't get that rubbery taste on the side. Unless you're making the Jell-O jigglers, it's no good. So that's preheating in there. The kettle, what I then do is, because I already got the hot water running, just prop up a little bit of hot water. Actually, what I really like to do is fresh water. You don't want that stale stuff that's been used for tea in there. So I fill her up with hot water. You don't need a cup, so don't overdo it. Plug her in and get her fired up here. Okay. Other thing, accurate measurement. Make sure you find the 1 cup thing, which I did before we taped this. It took me 10 minutes to find this thing. It was hidden in the kitchen. All these damn cupboards. Next trick is to make sure you follow directions to the letter. Now it says here, I can't find the directions. Well, I know how to do it anyway. What you do is, I take cup. Let me just see if I can find directions on here again. I'm sure they're in here somewhere. Oh, basic method and quick set directions inside. They've changed the packages. They shouldn't do stuff like that. Throws off people like me. Okay. Now I got to neatly open the box now. He's going to destroy my closing credits now, I plan. Okay. First thing is ignore that quick set method. It doesn't work. That's for Jell-O jigglers, which we're not doing here. You add 1 cup of boiling water to jelly powder. Stir to dissolve. 1 cup of boiling water to jelly powder. Stir to dissolve completely about 3 minutes, and really, you gotta stir for 3 minutes to thoroughly dissolve that powder. Then you add 1 cup of cold water, and then important to chill until set. I stress the importance. Jell-O is a lesson in thermal conductivity. I use a wooden spoon. Using metal throws off the whole problem of thermal conductivity we're dealing with here. I see our kettle's ready. Now just to make sure this bowl is right up to temperature, what I usually do here is, should unplug, that's the element. Get a little bit of water up so it goes on the side, because you want to get those sides. You don't want the particles up there dissolving on there, so you want to really stir it up, and careful, that's really hot boiling water. I add the water first. I've discovered, put the, man, you got to get sure 1 cup, exactly. There, we have 1 cup going in. I find if you add the water to the powder, it tends to coat the sides. So what I do is I add the powder to the water. Add it very carefully. You don't want any of that powder going up on the sides and making a big mess. Great, my favorite. Now, when I stir very slowly so as not to have it ride up on the sides. Very important to stir Jell-O just properly. And you've got to stir for the full 3 minutes. This is a crucial part of the Jell-O, because at this point you're trying to dissolve all those particles in. You don't see how the spots are appearing there? That's crystals congealing. You want to try and get that off. You don't want any of it up on the side. And you've got to thoroughly dissolve it, because what will happen is you'll get that crystal type stuff in the bottom, and you really don't want that gritty taste that you get sometimes at the bottom of a Jell-O. Absolutely no good at all. You don't realize I turned the camera off because sitting here stirring. Maybe it's good to have something else to do while you're stirring, so you can like watch TV, whatever. Now, this is the tricky part. What happens when you put the cold water in? You get a lot of bubbles. So you want to pour it in gently. Bubbles happening. You want to just, because bubbles, if you stir this part improperly, you're into a problem. The other part, you want to really stir it up a lot to dissolve that powder. But now you just want to gently mix the cold water in to avoid that, the bubbles on the surface, which cause a lot of problems. The Jell-O will actually mix itself because of the rules of thermal conductivity and heat displacement. Gentle blend. Actually, at this point, you can almost feel the Jell-O starting to thicken up as it mixes. Extra, the surface is going there. It's already starting to thicken up here. This is an important, crucial step in the Jell-O because that first appearance is very important. How it reflects the light and gives you the look you really want in a good Jell-O. Mixing up like that. Okay. Great. My favorite. Now I'll just put this in the fridge and we'll have Jell-O for dessert. Jell-O is very important, as like I said, rules of thermal conductivity, that it has to be properly chilled to set properly.